Hey everybody, it's Rosie, and in this video we are making baked applesauce donuts. These donuts will have a salted caramel drizzle on top, so I'm going to show you how to make a homemade salted caramel as well. Here are all of the ingredients that you will need for the salted caramel, and I'll show you the donuts later, but we are going to make our salted caramel sauce right now. So I am at my stove top and I have my brown sugar, and I'm also using white granulated sugar as well. I'm going to use a spatula just to mix those two sugars together, and then I'm going to turn my burner on medium. Once this sugar starts to heat up, it is going to melt. Just make sure you stir periodically because you don't want it to burn, and when it clumps like this, that is normal, don't be alarmed. But now we're going to add our next ingredient. Even though it looks like caramel already, you do need to add some butter in. The butter is going to sizzle just like that. Don't be alarmed. Just make sure you mix well. And I had to use a different utensil because the spatula just wasn't doing it for me. So this is still on medium heat. It's going to bubble. And occasionally you will have some hard pieces at the bottom like that. Just go ahead and fish them out. So once it boiled for about 1 minute, just remove it from the heat. And then you can sprinkle in your salt. If you don't like your caramel salted, you don't have to add the salt, and it will just be a regular plain caramel. So my caramel sauce is complete. I'm going to jar it and just keep it or put it aside. If you don't want to use it right now, just keep it in your refrigerator for a couple weeks. So now I'm going to make my donuts. These are going to be baked donuts, less calories from the traditional way to make donuts, which is fried. So now I'm going to add all of my dry ingredients except for my sugar and my little sifter here. I have my cinnamon, my baking powder, I have my flours. Just sift everything, and off camera I added some brown sugar. My brown sugar is a little clumpy, so I have to go back in that bowl and break it apart using that fork there. So now I'm going to add in my eggs. You will need 2 large eggs for this recipe. And I'm mixing, but you don't have to mix just yet. That's just something that I did. Now I'm going to add in my applesauce. I'm using a naturally sweetened applesauce that doesn't have any extra sugar, but you can use whatever applesauce you want. Now I'm adding in my vegetable oil. And in a separate bowl, I have some whipping cream. And I'm just going to mix that cream until it starts to thicken a bit, almost like a thick whipped cream, but it doesn't have to be as thick. And then I will place it in the bowl with the other ingredients once it's nice and thickened. And as you can see, I'm using my handheld mixer to mix everything. Last but not least, I'm adding in my vanilla extract. Mix everything until your batter is nice and smooth. And at this time, I preheated my oven on 325. Here is my donut pan. Once again, we are baking these babies. And I'm just going to fill them up. You can leave a little room at the top. And after 10 minutes or so, these were done. Just make sure you check yours because all ovens are different. Yours may run a little lower, a little higher than mine. So yours may take a little longer or a little less than 10 minutes to complete. So these are the donuts, what they look like once out of the pan. And I did not grease my pan because my pan was non-stick. So now I have my caramel sauce. I'm just going to drizzle my donuts with that sauce. And as you can see, I'm just using a fork to drizzle the caramel sauce. Nothing fancy. I'm also going to drizzle some vanilla bark as well, just because I had a lot on hand after the holidays and I wanted to put use to it. But that is it. Please don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up if you did like the recipe, share it with your friends. And coming up next for dinner for 2, I will be baking this tilapia and showing you how to make a really easy fresh salad. See you all soon.